everybody talking like they doing what we doing. But these brothers is rare and they ain't moving like we moving. And everywhere we go, when we walking, women choosing. Don't hate, it's alright. So don't hate, it's alright. So don't hate, it's on top, nigga. Looking down at you little motherfuckers from the mountain, nigga. Goody Tunes, what up?
What up, dog?
What up? What up?
Is it Wednesday? Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
Hey, we got to get right into the show because we was just arguing right now. I'm finna put people right in our business.
Put them in the business, Scotty. Put them in the business.
Here's the debate we was having. I'm not going to use no names or anything like that. But here is the question we was asking, right? If you have basically, or if you're in a relationship with a promiscuous person, right? And then y'all get married and then y'all have kids, technically, right? Hasn't that person left that promiscuous lifestyle behind? So can't you then turn that promiscuous woman into a housewife?
You know what? I'm proud of myself.
Of yourself?
Yes, because of the...
You didn't even do nothing.
The boisterous laugh and that wanted to come out of me when you said that. And the fact I held it. So proud. I'm so proud.
Listen.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like I'm being put into a corner because I feel like these two wonderful people that I get to talk with every week are telling me that the clock don't reset when you get married, ladies. So what they saying is
the clock reset.
Once you are who you are, that's who you are for the rest of your life. That's how I go. You cannot change your ways. So even those of y'all who have given y'all life to Christ and been baptized, once you was something, you always
this is where
something.
That is not what either one of us said.
See, this is what
that is not what neither one of us said. Okay,
this boy just
what saying stuff because what I was saying is the person that we was using as an example. You were calling them a housewife.
She was a housewife.
Technically, this woman was not a housewife. A housewife is a very specific title. She was a married woman. She was not a housewife.
But
that's a completely different argument.
If you are a married woman, you live in a home, you a housewife.
No, you're not. You're a wife.
There are women who live in apartments who are housewives.
Housewives are women who do not work, who tend to the home. That is a housewife.
Woman
okay.
Of the house.
She was a wife, okay? She was a wife. She was a woman of the house. She was a wife, though. She was not a housewife.
So
she didn't quit her career and stay home with the kids.
So basically,
my point is, she stopped bouncing around, right? She stopped. She did. She got married.
But soon as she got divorced, she started bouncing around again.
But that don't matter. She now is an ex-wife.
So
now she's back.
But
that they gave her back to the streets.
But that proves the point of what.
But that person been married a few times before too. That person had been married a few times before too.
Listen,
they just didn't have kids.
You know what?
Hey, man,
I feel like y'all are labeling people.
We don't label anybody.
They were a garden. They function as a garden tool applied to a human person
as a shovel.
Technically,
and that's the way that they moved.
Judged her.
Technically, is we gonna put it on Butler. That's what we do.
Ooh, technically, that was you, Butler.
I'm so happy to have you back. That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Technically, you did. You did. So you said a very strong.
We have very smart, intelligent viewers, and they know bullshit when they hear it. They know. They know that ain't me. And they know that ain't how I roll.
I don't even think that's what that is, man. I'm telling
y'all
you.
Trying to put this, man. Don't try to put this on me, Ricky Bobby.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Put this on me. Listen, I call the facts, and that's what the facts are. This person was promiscuous. They went from man to man all the time. Their launch into notoriety and to fame was off of doing whole activity.
Doing a tape.
I said it.
But
I
my
said it.
point
And
is,
then
at
then
some
and then they
point,
went from that
those
one to another
activities
one,
stop.
and another one to another one, and to
At some
another one.
point,
And then in
those
hiatuses,
activities
they got
stop.
married, and then that didn't stop their movement.
See, that's not a hiatus. They got married. They stopped. That's different. Now,
They
if
did
you,
not,
this is what I'm
bro.
saying. No, I'm telling you. Like, for example, right? If you got an alcohol problem and you stop drinking,
I'm
right?
still
Is it fair?
alcoholic.
But is it fair for me to call you
An
one if you're not
alcoholic could
drinking?
tell you I'm still an alcoholic. I'm
But is
just
Yeah.
sober
it,
today.
but is it fair for me to call you one if you
Fair?
ain't been drinking?
What is fair?
That's what we doing right now.
No, fair doesn't
We name
exist.
calling.
I mean,
So
we
as people
can't.
who name
It's a
calling,
sub.
does,
It's a.
do they
If somebody
deserve that
know you
label?
as something,
It's a
know
subject.
you as
It's a
something, I don't
subjective
think
thought.
it's name calling. If somebody know you as
I'm
something,
saying if
if
I've
they know
been
you as an
drinking,
alcoholic,
if I've
they
been
probably
drinking for
always see you
7
that way.
years, let's say I've been drinking for 7 years, I stopped drinking for 4. I haven't had a drink in 4 years. And Butler
Mhm.
get mad and go, see, that's why you can't hold nothing together, because you're an alcoholic. What does that got to do with anything?
Well, one,
Nothing.
I don't
Absolutely
think
nothing.
Butler would say
well,
that.
one Butler would not say anything like that.
That's
Yeah,
not the
Butler
point.
would
We
say
know
that.
I can say it if it ain't true. You know that's my logic. I
Y'all,
don't even
did
know
y'all
why
hear
you keep
this?
messing
No,
with me.
you know what? That's what we need to have a show over. This, whatever the. Ooh, this
That's
boy
legit
here made me
logic.
want to use. He made me want to
That's
use
a
my seasoning language. My
Shawan,
We need to
seasoning
we need to
language.
have a topic that's just called Scott's logic.
isms.
Man, no,
Knoxisms.
man, because we will.
Because
we'll
that's
get
gonna be
knocked.
that's gonna be two
We'll
shows.
Knoxisms.
We will get put off.
Nazisms.
Knoxisms.
We'll get put off. We don't know,
Knoxisms.
man. We gonna the people gonna get
No,
upset.
first of
It's
all, why
gonna
we
turn
get
into
put
a
off?
whole
I
thing.
don't be saying nothing too crazy. I just
So say it
everything
again,
I say
Knox.
makes
Let's dig
sense.
into let's dig into it, Knox. You said
Everything.
so. Go ahead.
So
What's
what Scott is
the
saying,
say?
do you think marriage changes
No.
somebody from being a hoe?
Thank
Basically.
you,
So
Adrian,
somebody
for
was a
just laying
hoe.
out there.
If somebody was a hoe and they get married and they have kids, should they no longer be considered a hoe? Even if they get divorced, after they get divorced and they start dating again, are they exempt from the hoe title because they got married and had kids?
If your jersey, right? If you a basketball player and if your jersey's in the Raptors now, you are no longer a basketball player. Now, if you unretire,
What?
then you are now a basketball player. But if you retire, your numbers in the Raptors, you done. It's over with.
So Michael
I
Jordan.
don't understand the problem with that. Michael Jordan is not a basketball player. He used to be. He ain't won no more.
Okay. Got you.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, Scott.
Nope. That's what some of his best performances was as a basketball player. But hey, he's no longer a basketball.
But he will always be looked at as a basketball player and probably the greatest of all time.
You saying Michael Jordan doesn't go and play basketball, pick up basketball, or shoot the ball around in the gym or anything like that?
No
have
longer
a pickup game with his son.
But he's no longer. Yeah, he might play in the backyard of his house. He might play with people he's cool with.
Playing what?
Right?
What is he playing?
But
when he's
what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that one who doesn't participate loses all activities, because that person still has a husband.
But Scott, regardless of the fact that he's not actively on a roster, he's still known for being a basketball player. And when people talk about him, they talk about him in the context of being a basketball player. It doesn't change just because he's not doing it anymore.
It does change, because even though that's how you, for example, right? But this is what I'm saying, right? Like, if I was once an alcoholic and I stopped being an alcoholic, right? Yes, I used to be one. You could refer to me as one, but it's not normally going to be in a positive light, right? It ain't like
everybody knows you as an alcoholic.
But I'm not an alcoholic no more.
It don't matter.
Why do I still got to bear that title?
It don't matter because your reputation is solidified. That's what you are.
Based on what?
Based on history.
No, based on that environment. So if I move out of that environment, none of that matters. Right?
Well, it's not the same.
It's not this. Yeah, exactly.
And you trying to compare.
Listen,
you're trying to compare apple to an orange. They may both be fruit,
no,
I'm
not
the same one.
Because what I'm saying is, for example, if everybody if everybody in that community knows who you are and what you do,
don't mean you not.
If everybody in that community knows who you are and what you do, and you relocate to another community, right? None of that matters.
Okay. You
None of that matters.
definitely have the opportunity to do so.
All I gotta do is find somebody who don't be in the environments we be in, and we see that happen all the time, right?
That situation, but in this case, with this person is worldwide known, and this person is worldwide known for a particular type of activity.
See, that's
and so it's different in this light with this person.
That ain't why the NBA know her. That's why she got to deal with them.
What?
That ain't why the NBA. That ain't what the NBA associate her with. That's why they do business with her.
What does the NBA associate her with?
Her TV show, and the fact that she got millions and millions of influence in the world. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's not where you at.
You be bringing
no, man, listen. Where you get to, where you get to has nothing to do with where you at. Right? Like, so I could be a 2-time felon in a jail cell, but that don't mean I gotta remain the rest of my life in jail, right? I can make adjustments. I can do things like that.
You are correct,
so what I'm saying is, so what I'm saying is, right? If I could be one way, but let's say I meet somebody and my ways change, why am I still relegated to being called that title? Because that's how I was when you knew me.
Listen, if I know you to be a thief, and it's been 10 years later, and I ain't heard nobody say no, you stole anything, I'm still gonna be watching your ass around me because I always know for you to be a thief.
Right.
It ain't gonna change. I'm gonna still be watching.
And that's what I'm saying, right? I
can
understand that logic, but why does that apply to Kim Kardashian, who don't make tapes no more? Right? She did a tape. She ain't do a bunch of tapes. She did a tape.
Here's the thing. Kim is Kim. So specifically,
why does that apply to anybody who used to do anything that they used to do?
Because this that's a turn of the conversation for me. Because I wouldn't say just because you used to do something, then that means you always will do that thing or you're always that thing. I believe people have the capacity to elevate, to evolve, and to change. However, if you still practicing a thing and it's publicized and I see you continue to do that thing, then yes, you are that thing. And that's what we were talking about at the beginning of it. Now you've kind of spun it off and saying, well, if I'm alcoholic and I no longer drink, then why I have to be, looked at as alcoholic? If you're in an environment where everyone had to endure the outcomes, the challenges, the hurdles, the problems that were incurred by your alcoholism, then they're going to understand that that's a battle that you're fighting. Now, just from, understanding of like being, I was never in AA, Alcoholics Anonymous or anything like that, but have a couple of degrees of separation from people who have been and the problems that they deal with in dealing with it. You have to know that you have that problem. You have to own the fact that you are alcoholic to help you not indulge in it anymore.
Well, it's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about the fact that I used to be one.
You use it as an
I'm not anyone
to
anymore.
Compare that.
No, but it's the same difference. I could used to be something, but if I'm no longer that anymore, why do I still have that label?
Because the reputation precedes you.
You could know me as something.
Reputation precedes you.
Hey, look, for example,
especially when it comes to sexuality and being promiscuous. That's just something that's not gonna go away.
I'm gonna use your own example against you, right?
Okay.
I used to be a thief, right? I'm a billionaire now. You still think I'm stealing shit?
Yeah, because you could have stole to become a billionaire. No billionaire becomes a billionaire ethically anyway. So
damn, she said that.
So no billionaire becomes a billionaire ethically. There's no way for a billionaire become a billionaire ethically. Period.
That's so not true.
And that's it is absolutely true.
Okay.
In that statement, fucking stealing, whether they stealing time, whether they stealing labor, whether they stealing money, whether they stealing ideas from people. It's all, you don't become a billionaire. People are getting misused in some way for a person to become a billionaire.
I so don't agree with that shit. I don't.
You can look it up.
So
I can give you examples of people that I could give you. You could have emotional about it.
Yeah, I'm finna say go
forward.
Robert Kraft.
Who's Robert Kraft? The Kraft? Like Kraft?
Yeah.
No, Kraft. No, Robert Kraft. Like, he's a part of the family.
Dude who owns Gillette.
He owns
Gillette.
Gillette, like the brand,
like the razor company. Yeah.
Oh my God! Like Scott, like, do you understand who they intertwined with? They're intertwined with Vanguard. Those are all, they've all become massive trillionaires with a lot of unethical practices. And that's something I'm passionate about because that's something I'm always watching.
So what you're saying is he's guilty by association?
Yeah.
Dang, I wish I had some popcorn. This is good.
That's just crazy though. Like, that's crazy. That's like
I don't
saying
think it's crazy.
I just want you.
That's crazy.
Really go
because
back. I just need you to go backtrack how Kraft became Kraft. How did they gain their billions of dollars? When you start breaking that shit down, you're gonna understand how unethical all these companies are.
I'm talking
you don't become a billionaire without being unethical. It's just not.
I'm talking about one particular guy that has been a businessman for maybe 50 years. This guy.
It don't matter how long it's been.
So why does he get the blame for what his people did 50 years before him?
Because he still continued those same practices.
Based on what?
Based on all
he became a billionaire off of.
First of all, based on all the chemicals that's in the shit that they sell, that's killing people, causing people cancer, giving them health issues. They're fully aware of the shit that they have in their products, and they continue to sell them to continue to be profitable because it's all about capitalism. So, on that note.
Okay.
She told you, Scott.
I mean, listen, I guess if that
it's
is
facts, but it's the facts though. Because when you look at it, if you go back and look at it and just research, you're gonna be like, oh my God, what the fuck?
I mean, if you look, if
you research most, I mean, our company was built on slavery. So it's hard for anybody's hands not to be dirty. That's easy.
Okay,
that's an easy game to play.
But here, that's
an easy game to play. That's such an easy game to play.
But nobody said anything about slavery.
It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
That's an easy game to play.
But then here's the thing: is when you continue to build on the legacy of slavery.
That's like saying
when you continue to build on it, though, like you're continuing to build on it without trying to change it.
His company ain't legit because that money came. The Master P is unethical because his money came from dope.
Yeah, he not.
But
his money came on the backs of selling dope to his community and killing and destroying Black families. Let's be real. Let's call a spade a spade. Like, it ain't different.
Hold on. Time out.
It ain't no different.
Hold on.
Because they Black.
Time out. I think Master P sold weed. I don't know if that's accurate.
No, listen.
For the record. I'm just saying.
Hold on.
He sold weed?
Master P's grandfather died, left him money. He went and opened a radio, a movie store.
Weed through sweaters. That's a Master P line.
Say what?
They sending money orders, weed through sweaters. That's a Master P line.
Well, I'm telling you, because that would have came out and we'd have heard about that. Now they like to let you.
No, it wouldn't have. That was. But I'm saying everybody ain't get caught. You ever seen pictures of Eric B and Rakim in 1988 with them big old ridiculous gold ropes? Dudes who had money. Time out. Just think about rap from this angle.
Person, you brought in Eric B and Rakim. I wasn't talking about them. I was trying to clear the air.
The random people.
I was just trying to clear the air on Master P because we use him as an example to throw him under the bus.
Master P never sold drugs.
He didn't sell dope. We don't know. It hasn't been documented. But I know he got an insurance plan from the death of his grandfather, and he used that money to invest into a record store, which he turned into, because he was living in the record store with his family. The grind and helped use the money, got some artists, flipped that, went and he kind of broke the mold on the type of record deals because he bet on himself, and that's why he's where he's at now. It wasn't through that. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Well, thank you for clarifying that, because I was just speaking off of what Scott was saying. I was just proving the point.
I feel you. I feel you. Scotty threw him in under. I was just like, nah.
Kind of threw him on. I ain't know. You know.
Yeah. Salute to Master P. He's unheralded. He don't get enough credit and love.
Sorry, Master P. You're not a drug dealer.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that is not how he did it. But we can find somebody else, because there are some others who said they did that. Like, for example, Jay-Z says he did that, and that's what he was a part of, and that they used that to flip that in there. So he would be a good example to use in that sense. And according to Adrian, if I'm listening well, y'all correct me. Adrian said yes, if he built his fortune off of that, and he started out with selling dope to the community and causing damage, I'm saying yes, it was unethical the way that he's built his fortune.
Yeah.
Now, correct me. And Knox, I feel Knox is saying okay, but there's been a lot of degrees of separation since then, where he hasn't done some unethical things that really have compounded his fortune. And
here's the thing: like, there's a lot of labor and a lot of
New York Post article.
Hold on,
Master P recounts on how he used to sell drugs. I just like to throw that out there, just because I want to make sure that y'all just think I be saying stuff.
Okay, Knox.
That's it. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
All right. I got you. Anyway, let's get back to what we was talking about.
What was you saying, Adrian? No, you was trying to.
Look at Scott.
I know. I can't even say that.
I'm watching this game.
Oh my god!
He not playing. He not playing. You mad, Knox? Come on, man. Don't do that.
I'm really watching.
Here's the thing: when you talk about people being billionaires, when you talk about people being billionaires and having these big Fortune 500 companies, there is a lot of unethical practices that go into those companies becoming what they are, and it's true, and it's absolutely true when you look at the history of a lot of these companies and how they started and everything that went into them. Don't look at the whitewash American type story that America give and make it look like all sweet and great. No, when you really look and really study these things, you start to see like, it's a lot of dirty shit that happened, and especially when you bring up a brand like Kraft.
Well, that's what
when you bring up a brand like Kraft, like
any major generally white name in America is going to be tied to slavery. So that's why I say that's a very easy argument to have. But
I didn't even have slavery as an argument. I was just talking about.
You said unethical, but my point is, just because within his time frame, if he's taken his millions of dollars and turned them into billions of dollars, why does he automatically become unethical? That's the argument I'm having with you. Why does in his practice, in his 50 years, because even though he's operated and owned Gillette, and Gillette is a multi-million-dollar company, right? I don't think Gillette's a $1 billion company. I can check. I don't believe it's a $1 billion.
Have you looked at what chemicals are in Gillette? Have you looked at the chemicals that are made in those brands?
The New England Patriots are a $1 billion business.
Yeah.
Right.
And who owned the Patriots? Like, how did that even start? What's the line? Okay.
Right, bought those. So what? This is my point.
In 2023, Gillette brand value added up to approximately $6.6 billion US.
It is a $1 billion company. Okay, so at the end of the day, right?
Slightly down from previous years.
Well, you know they got competition they ain't had, right? Everybody they dropped the razors off at your door. Need razors? We'll put them in your house. Right? The game is different now. You know what's crazy is, I feel like if you're in a store at this point in time in life, it's just hard for you to operate, period, if that's the only place you at. Like, if people can't buy your stuff online, you in trouble. Like, if people can't buy your stuff online, I'm just saying, where other people shop, you in trouble.
And Kraft as a company has had so many lawsuits just based on the effects that their products have had on people.
But lawsuits,
and they know that these
not
things
equal the person, right? Like lawsuits, stuff can go on in my company. That don't make me a bad guy.
Listen, that person is the overseer. They know everything that's going in those products.
Let me ask you this, Adrian.
Yeah.
What if a woman is dating a dope dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Is she just as liable as the dope dealer?
I mean, to an extent, like, because I feel like
it's
you're kind of
baby daddy.
Yeah, because I feel like you're accepting.
So they should get the same amount of jail time?
Yeah, that, but I'm saying that.
Whoa. Why not? Back up.
But the girl is unethical. She unethical for being with a nigga
she's unethical.
She's a part of it. Operation can't run without her.
But here's the thing: she could get jail time because the police could be like, "You're a conspirator. You were part of the conspiracy." Yeah, so she could get jail time based on what it is she's being charged for. But I'm saying like,
but we're saying that she's not. We're just saying she's.
But I can't.
She don't participate in any of the practices or anything like that.
But if she's like, but the thing is, it's like, how can you ethically sit here and be okay with a person that you know is selling dope to the community around? You go outside and you see, but that's exactly what capitalism is. They know the effects that the shit has, and it don't matter because they bringing the money in. That's
I won't argue with you. That is our system. That's our financial system. It's not operating.
That's just what it is.
If you want to get, let me ask you. So let me ask you this. So, because you just painted a pretty clear picture that, listen, if you're in the upper echelons of money, you're operating in some unethical practices. There's no way to avoid it, right?
Yeah.
So if you have an opportunity to get into business ventures that you know will lead to millions and possibly billions, is your answer no?
No, because you got to stand on integrity. Unless
you're gonna turn down the money.
Yeah, you have to. You have to if you're gonna stand on integrity. If you're gonna say, there's plenty of people that turn down shit. There's plenty of people that walk away from the Illuminati. They talk about in the music and turn away from it. And because they know walking into that and accepting what they're offering them, what is gonna come with it. And they know it. And they be like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it because I already know. But I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of people that's not gonna stand in that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So
I just don't think there's nothing. I think it's hard to avoid.
I think it is too when you get to a certain level.
And I get it. Like I get what Knox is saying. Knox, like, you know, because you may be a part of a company, right? You may be a part of a company. Like I've worked for organizations that are 100 and something years old, and I'm pretty sure they were taking insurance on slaves or taking insurance on other type things that they did to build their company and be okay. So it's like I'm working for them. So now I got to carry the same stain of that time period. I would say no. And I would say the leaders and the leaders and the employees and the people of that company of now, they weren't indicative of that type of mindset and probably wouldn't do those practices today. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different time and a place. So I would find it hard to hold people of today responsible for things that were done yesterday. However, now if you can, things like just the concept and the mindset, but if you can pay me, but if you stole something from me, and now you can recoup me, yes, you need to recoup me and make me whole.
Yeah.
I look at it that way.
I think here's my problem. I think my problem is when you get to playing the game, right? Like ethical is a word, for lack of better words, that is put on it. Like ethical is an after tag, right? Like there's a game that has been played in America where it's like, let me do it first, and then after I do it, let me put a label on it so you can't do it, right? And so even though Shawan, I understand right from wrong, so we're not having the right or wrong argument, right?
Yeah.
But here's the problem I have with such a blanket statement, like everything. If people have gotten to this point in life, they've had to do something unethical, right? The reason why I say that's so easy to say is because the foundation of our country is unethical, right? Anything that has had success is what you're saying. Anything that's had success pretty much is unethical at some point in life. If you had a whole lot of success in this country, then it's probably was unethical, right?
Especially if it's tied to certain companies, certain things.
But my point is, ethical is a tag they slap on stuff after they do it, right? So when I did it and the getting was good, it was cool. Now everybody can't do it, so it's unethical. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like that's the problem.
When they did it was okay. When I do it, it's a problem. Is that what you're saying?
Doing it's unethical.
Ain't that the song?
But that's really where I am with it. Like, to me, I think that's the problem I have with it. And I'm not saying you wrong for feeling how you feeling. Yeah. I just think that the blanket statement bothers me because it's like, well, if everybody cheating, how you just gonna watch everybody cheat and not cheat? Right? It's like baseball and steroids, right? Like, okay, you know, I could not cheat. I'm gonna sit here and
but I'm gonna take L's every day.
But Barry Bonds just got $120 million contract, and you just got released because you want to be ethical. I feel like it sounds good, Shawan. It sounds good, right? Like you go to work every day, right? And let's say, you know what I mean? I don't know what you do in your role, but I'm just gonna say, let's say you are responsible for people. And let's say you manage 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? And let's say somebody go, Shawan, you know, at the end of the year, because of budget and cutbacks, we gotta cut 50 people. You know what I'm saying? We have to. And you like, yes, I know. It's the tough part of my job. I hate it, but we got to do it. Right? And they're like, yeah, but if you cut 55, then you get a $500,000 bonus. You telling me you're not going to cut 5 more people?
Adrian is not going to do it.
No.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
And listen, Butler, I think I told this to you yesterday. Like, I don't think you a liar, but I don't believe you.
That's fine. You don't have to. Listen, it's just like I done said, how many times I said to y'all, dude, I'm ready to go buy some land and live on a farm and grow all my food and have all my own water.
But you know how you
like literally.
No, you know how you
do
it. I said, you know how you can do it faster. It's based off of past conversations we've had. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's part of her stilo. Whether I agree or not, I'm like,
you don't have to.
She on that type of time.
Yeah. I'm on that type of time, period. And it's just like, I mean, you look at a company like Starbucks. You look at a company like Starbucks that's funding genocide, and we know that they are. You know what I'm saying? And if you still rocking with them and you going to spend your money there, then it's kind of like you already know what they rocking with. And you going to spend your money there.
I can dig your position.
What's up with that?
Yeah, because I had a conversation just today kind of about that, like the level of integrity that it is a rarity. Some people think you always got to go for the bag, and you're not okay with just with being. Well, hold on, let me unload the wagon. So, and because I can identify with that, because it sounds. I'm like, man, because I would sit here and ask myself, 5 more people. 500,000 sounds good, but here you go. But I've been around individuals who have been very influential in my life. I've seen them in real life be faced with a decision in the scenario that Knox just said. They say, listen, we have to let some nurses go. He's saying but we need to let them go during this time period, so we don't have to pay them their full 401k.
Now, Butler, in fairness though, because I know this story, right? He had leverage. He had all the leverage. Why? What could they do to him?
And so, no, that's not my point, man. Just let me.
But you got to tell the whole story if you're gonna tell it. You can't tell it from the angle of, oh, this is just a situation where I'm gonna put all my marbles on the line and I ain't got nothing to lose, because that's not the same thing, and that's what I'm saying.
Then you tell the story.
No, all I'm saying is in your situation with what you're talking about, right? The gentleman had a scenario where he had to let some people go and he didn't want to do it, right? And he decided, I ain't going to do it.
Right.
I'm going to leave and you can do it. Right. But my point is, he had the leverage to go, I'm going to leave. You can do it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a decision you can make in life when you're in a very comfortable place. Right.
Who said hold on. Who said he was in a comfortable place?
Okay.
We never did. What you making an assumption at that point?
I'm assuming
we're not talking.
I'm assuming that somebody who had been doing their job that long, right? Because you told me about how old the gentleman was. I'm assuming if you've been there that long and you're a smart guy, right? I'm sure you're not walking away from that situation with waiting for a check to get mailed to you.
But sometimes you in a situation where you may have gone along with what they want you to do. And then you just get to a point where you just like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this to people no more. I don't care what you offering me. I'm just not doing it.
I'm not saying that you're not, but listen to what I'm saying to you though.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying to you is that I feel that in our way of life, right? Mm-hmm. Ethics is something they slap the tag on after they've done it to you. Like after I've been able to run it up, this is unethical, right? However, if it ain't criminal, I'm with it. I can sleep on ethical. Is it criminal? Right? That's the game that gets played at the higher level.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you at the higher level, you can fix the game where you can make it not criminal. And that's what happens.
No. They're not fixing the game. They know the game, right? They know the game
where it's not criminal, though.
They know the game.
And we already know that. We already know that. We already know that.
They set the rules of the game.
They pay the lawmakers.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. The dudes, the Steinman brothers, 2008, when the economy crashed, right? The economy crashed, the World Bank crashed. These dudes was giving themselves $100 million bonuses. Didn't come all to find out that they was doing this a big accounting scam, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, was it unethical? Absolutely, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they knew the law. Was it criminal? Right?
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't criminal, they gonna play the game. That ain't fixing it. That ain't knowing the lawmakers. That's knowing the game and going, look, we can take all this money, even though this is government money, we can go ahead and misuse this money and then look at the government and go, we ain't got it.
Well,
but again, those laws are fixed in a way where capitalism is always going to win for those that's at top.
But what I'm
it's
saying,
just the way that it's fixed.
It just comes down to a personal damn choice, man. Either you're someone who wants to operate and move with a certain level of morality, or you don't. For the Simon brothers, they was like, bump that. I don't give a damn about people's feelings hurt. I'm finna get this bag.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting this money.
And they get to choose that. But there is a segment of people who will be like, I don't want to get the bag if it's going to put other people in harm's way. I'm not comfortable with myself in doing it that way, and they choose to not do it. And
what I'm saying is, it's human nature. It's human nature to adapt to your environment, right? Like it's human nature. When people don't do it, it's worth a movie, right? Ain't that what Training Day was? Training Day was one crooked dude with 4 other crooked dudes, and when one of them ain't crooked, it's a movie. Because that is so unlikely. It don't happen. When you look around, you say, so there are 5 of us in this room and I'm the only one not getting money? How come there are 5 of us in this room and I'm the only one not reaping the benefits? Why not?
Typically, at some point, you're right. Typically, that's not how it go down. Most
but what I'm saying,
and get paid too.
But what I'm saying is in their environment, in their world, right? Like, for example, I truly believe deep down in my heart, y'all might think I'm crazy, right? But I really believe that there were people who owned slaves who really didn't like owning slaves, right? Like they weren't really with how that whole situation was set up. I'm sure there were some amazing slave owners, right?
Yeah,
like there were some probably some very ethical. I'm saying some very ethical. We'll call them ethical. We'll call them ethical. We'll say there were some very ethical slave owners, right?
I ain't gonna say amazing, but ethical.
I understand that they not us, but I'm not gonna treat them like animals, right?
Right.
That's what I'm gonna say. Okay. So the reason why I say that is because, like, even though that could be the case, you know what I mean, right? They still got to do business. Right? Does that make them terrible people?
Yeah.
Yes, because they still.
Yes.
She said, yes,
it does. Yes, absolutely. You don't get a pass. I really didn't want to do it, but I had to. Okay. All right.
I'm in the family business. My daddy on y'all. What you want me to do?
Lead the family business then. Like, come on now. Like, I don't be trying to hear that. Okay.
The family business is crazy.
What was he supposed to do? Be like, Dad, I'm not doing this.
Like, God, leave. I said, I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but it still makes you a bad person. Like, you still was holding slaves.
You're like, damn that. You own slaves, bump you. Right. You ain't my friend. No.
Listen, man, I think when people get in survival mode and they do enough to get in survival mode and then they transition, that's just sometimes a part of how
Knox,
the game
ain't that,
go.
But here you go, Knox. Ain't that what separate people from people, man? That's what separates the sheep from the shepherds, man. That's what that separates the regular to the special, man. To do things, there's no easy way to do a hard thing. So those that I give credit to, they do that shit hard anyway. Excuse my language.
It's just like if somebody is with their friends and their friends start beating up somebody and attacking them, but you don't do nothing. You just standing there. You don't do anything. But you ain't doing anything to stop it, and you didn't call for help. But you just sit there and watch it happen. And then your friends get caught. Y'all all get caught. Y'all all start going down. Because even though you didn't do anything, you're still in it. You're still complicit. Right? It's the same thing, right? Like you're still going down. You're still going down with them. Because you didn't do anything to stop it, and you was with them. Yeah, they might not give you as much time, but you was there. You didn't do anything about it. It ain't like you ain't even call 911 and say, "Hey, this is going down." You ain't tell them stop. No. You just like, well, I'm just gonna stand over here. I mean, I ain't had nothing to do with it though.
Yeah, ain't no middle ground in the world, man. You gotta kind of pick your team, your side, and what you're gonna do.
But they say you gotta pick a side.
I don't agree with that. I believe there's a lot of middle ground in the world. It's a lot of gray. Ain't that what they say? It's a lot of gray. Everything ain't black and white.
That's true.
In some instances, there's gray.
I agree, because there's a time for everything under the sun. There's times where I will not move a muscle. I'm going to stay calm. I'll allow people to say what they say, do what they do. But there are moments and times where I am absolutely not doing that. They getting slapped. They're gonna see the silver back. And that's just what's going down.
I don't want to see that. That's scary.
They gonna get slapped.
They go absolutely. Like, that's not happening. But the thing is to always be aware of when those times and those moments are, so you don't misappropriate them. So you can't just. So there are nuances. I would say there are days of gray, moments of gray, where I may be calm, where I may be turned up, where I may be very conservative in my movements, my statements, my actions, and then I'll be just about as wild as Wile E. Coyote, you know what I'm saying, on the other end. So it just depends on what it is and what's going on, But I think we were kind of talking about in the realm of money. I think if you the honest thing is, if you want to run, you want to get into those areas and have that level of money, you're gonna have to learn you're gonna have to make some tough decisions.
I'm just saying, you can't crucify everybody who comes from money.
Did nobody say anything about crucifying them?
But you say because they come from this bloodline, they unethical.
I didn't say that. I said that
is what you said.
A lot of billionaires become billionaires unethically.
She said you cannot become a billionaire without delving into.
I'm saying if I was born a millionaire and I turned it into a billion, How am I being unethical? What did I do?
Okay,
I was born to a millionaire.
But Knox, what she's saying,
lawyer, real estate tycoon.
So
whatever,
let me ask you this, Knox: if the business that you're doing, so like you're at the top, you were born into the money, so you still making the decisions, you're making sure that the leaders are running the business, but you know that the business uses
child labor
across overseas.
That
that's not paid properly or something, or there may be some child labor going on in your business that mines the metals that go into the circuitry that you build and sell out to the rest of the company. Now, you didn't start that, you didn't set that up, but you're maintaining the business. So do you incur some of the responsibility of that?
Okay, so
even though you didn't start it, now you own it and you're running it, do you incur some of the responsibility?
I have to say, I can't. I'm gonna do my butler. And here's the reason why.
No, don't do that. Just give your answer. Don't do that. Don't try to. No, hell no. You can't do your butler because I'm.
You can't make me answer the way I wanna answer.
I'm not trying to make you answer anyway, so I don't even know why you brought my name up. I just asked the damn question, but I'm gonna do my butler. Now you're not gonna do it because
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
God broke the mold after He made me. It's only one of me. If He made two, the world would have broke off the axis and floated off into the goddamn slow.
The mold was broke. So that's why they only made one of you.
Just answer the question. I don't even know what you said. It must have been funny.
No, but in all seriousness, the reason why the child labor thing I can't do, but I will give you another example I can do.
Okay.
What you mean you can't do?
Because child labor is child labor. I ain't with child labor under no circumstance. So it's hard for me I can't even do child labor. But I'll give you one that I feel like is just as controversial as child labor.
Knox, the question is,
just go with me. Just go with me. Just go with me.
Okay, I'm going with you.
Let's go jails.
I see how afraid I am, everybody. I'm like, okay, where
let's go with jails.
His wires, man.
Okay.
Wires,
the fact that they use the prisoners to make their products and things like that.
No. Let's just go off.
Get him, Adrian.
Let's just go with the fact that like Michael Jordan, right? At one point in time, Michael Jordan was in the prison gang, right? So that's
this is hypothetical.
No, he was. That's for sure.
Michael Jordan.
What was his role? What was his?
He was in a what?
What was he doing?
Like partial owner in private prisons.
Hold on.
Private prisons. Okay.
Yeah.
All prisons are private.
No, they're not. Not all. Of them. Not all of them.
Yes, they are.
So, the thing is, like
managed.
Yeah, but there are some definitely
I don't think they contract them all out, I believe.
Okay.
It may be a federal prison, but it's contracted out for them to run it.
So like there's a
do it.
The reason why I'm saying that is this, right? That's always been a controversial thing where people say like, oh, Mike has had money in private prisons. And so like I feel like that's a tough place to be, right? Because as you make more money and as you elevate, like your friends get money in different ways, right? And I'm like, so for example, like jail is where they put bad people. So is that an unethical business?
Really.
Is that an unethical? It's where they put criminals.
No, there's some good people in jail.
It is. But I feel that
did you find it, Shawan? Did you find it?
I did find it, but it's some stuff saying that he invested in prison stocks as an individual who works for the Bureau of Economical Services. But they're also saying that it's not true, that it's a rumor. So I'm not really sure.
So
which way it goes.
Not nothing for sure. You know what I'm saying? No slander to Mike. So let's just say us, you know what I'm saying? As like, if you just knew now, and this is why I say, Shawan, like I understand, I truly understand like integrity, and I understand like you got to draw the line somewhere.
Some
you know what
values.
I'm saying?
Right.
You got to have some values. But I also think like how unethical is horse racing, right? Like there are things that are unethical.
No, it's terrible what they do with them horses.
But nobody labels it unethical.
I think a lot of people do.
But who that matters?
Peter
they still do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But listen to what you're saying though, right? Like an organization, but they still do
but
it.
they don't do that with
money
chickens or cows or pigs or any other animals that get slaughtered for.
Listen, when it comes to capitalism, they don't listen. They gonna do it. Don't matter. They're willing to sacrifice.
But I feel Scott say no. We'll point the finger over here, but we don't point the finger over here.
Yeah,
we
exactly. And that's what they do. They deflect.
I'm just asking, like, is it technically like in a situation, if Michael Jordan's situation is true, if Michael Jordan invested money in prison stocks, prisons, prison building, prison food,
whatever,
anything, right? Is that an unethical business to be in?
It depends on who you asking.
No, I'm asking you. Like, I want to know how you.
Me?
Yeah, I'm asking you like how you feel about that. Because honestly, I'm on the fence, and I would feel like, you know, honestly, with, you know, just his business is Jordan's. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talk about those being made unethically using child labor. For sure.
And so it's like, okay, he's already kind of aligned with this unethical business practice. So it's kind of like, well, he picked his side. That's what it is. He's going to align himself with capitalism, and he's going to do the things that we know are unethical. He knows it's unethical to get the bag. And
I don't even know if he knows. See, that's the thing. They'll associate Michael Jordan's name with it, but we know Michael is not managing his day-to-day financial investment portfolio. He has a financial. He has a financial advisor or manager.
They could be like, oh, you know what, this is a great investment, blah blah blah, we'll put your money in there.
And it might get done if he finds out.
And he might not even be known.
Yeah, that's true. He can say, hey man, take my stock out of there and put it in something else or something.
I think everything in America is based on two principles, right? Criminal and ethical, right?
Okay.
I think, and I could be wrong, but I'm sure ethical is not far behind laws being established, right? Like when you can actually start it, when you get to the point where you could take property from people or you could sue people for doing things that were unethical, like civil, like criminal and civil. You know what I'm saying? So like, because I feel like ethical is something that people use so that you don't come over here and make this money. Oh, it's unethical. Yeah, you're right. Stay over there. Oh, so terrible. Yeah, $600 million later is fucking terrible. Like it's a mind fuck. Like it's such a mind fuck and that's why I'm saying, don't get me wrong, Shawan. Like I ain't talking about like child labor. You know what I'm saying? Like I
don't understand what you're saying, but I'm talking about in the instance where you know some shit is not right and you just
and I'm
to go
no,
with it.
I'm not with you. But this what I'm saying, right? In a situation, and that's why I asked you, like, if it was something you already had to do, this is your job. Your job is cutting people. It's part of your job description. You got to cut 50 people. But for five more people, you're gonna get a $500,000 bonus because it's gonna balance out the books, right?
Yeah.
How do you not cut them 5 people? And I'm not saying you personally, right? But I'm just saying if you just grabbed 100 people off the street, at some point, when the people next to you is coming to work with their new stuff and they looking at you like, oh, you won't cut the 5, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keep on.
Hey,
keep on not cutting the 5.
Hey, some people has got to, they gonna stand on integrity.
That's why we got to get that farmland together.
Yeah, y'all gonna come on. Y'all gonna come on the farm.
Because eventually, Angel gonna tell them what one of the boys. No,
come. Hey, no,
y'all can do it, but I won't do it. She can go on over to the farm. We got the chickens, we got the cows, and everything will be all right.
I'm gonna be unethical for about 12 years, and I'm gonna buy all the land around you.
That sounds like some shit Scott would do. nigga don't care. He gonna do whatever.
He'd be like,
that's all I'm gonna do.
My fence line needs to be cleared out.
Ma'am, could you please stay on your side of the property?
I couldn't even see Scott on the farm. Like, I couldn't even see Scott.
You know what?
Touching a cow.
Nah, no cow touching for me. I'm gonna pass on the cow touching.
I'm no cow touching for me. That's what he said. No cow touching for me. I'm gonna pass on that. No, man.
Listen, I could do a farm. Enjoy it, man. My farm wouldn't have no animals. I might have some chickens for some eggs.
What kind of farm will have animals?
One that could just grow vegetables. What I need animals for?
Oh my gosh, manure.
Eggs. I buy that.
I mean, you need animals because you need cows for your dairy products if you are into it, or for
I'm not drinking no baby growth hormone.
I don't drink milk either. I'm just saying that's what you.
I do almond milk, and somebody was telling me that
that's bad for you too.
It's all bad for you, man.
All of it.
If it's made by man, it's bad.
I think goat milk is what's supposed to be healthy.
That's from an animal.
No, I think that's actually worse.
No, oat milk. Oat milk.
Oat is worse. Oat is worse. Oat is just oats and water. It's worse. It's worse than almond.
I'm drinking. You know what, legit. Man? I'm gonna stick to water.
Almond milk. I ain't even gonna lie. I like almond milk.
I'm gonna drink the water and human titty milk.
Yeah,
human titty milk. That's about it.
You can't cook with that.
With what? Human titty milk?
Yeah, you can't cook.
You can't cook. Because it's not made for cooking. It's made to be consumed directly. It's perfect as it comes.
But if I find out you out here drinking breast milk, I'm gonna be like, sir, what?
Butler
why?
Does not reflect the attitude of everybody on this program.
Why? I'm like, why, sir? Listen, you already a big man. You don't need no damn titty milk.
Hold on.
A fully grown man.
Listen. This is what's wrong with the world. People don't listen. And then it's more dangerous because Knox will make statements to try to placate as if that's the case.
I'm sorry, try to what?
Placate.
Placate. Oh, okay, I know.
But here's the thing. I have never as a baby, maybe my mama breastfed. That'll be the limit and the beginning and the endings of my titty milk consumption. I'm saying
you don't remember, Butler.
You brought up the titty milk, okay? You brought up the breast milk.
I did.
Water and breast milk. And you said it like it's something you're going to be consuming. And
then he tried to act like he was victimized. You see how he did that, Shawan?
Y'all not going to put it on me.
No, y'all. I didn't say anything about drinking
said it in the context.
Today
you said,
or in this time. Listen. Okay, well, let me ask you this question. Water supply is cut off, and all there is breast milk. You're not drinking the breast milk?
I don't even know where this is going. This is crazy.
No, I just asked a question.
Crazy. This is so crazy.
Because what I'm predicating that off of,
I don't know
what I'm predicating it off of is that would be something that's healthy enough, bro.
I don't know what episode this is.
Then you can say what the hell you want to. Just let me finish the statement. what I'm saying is that it doesn't. I'm saying that because it's safe for consumption. Especially other than cow milk or goat milk or any other animal milk. You're human, drink human milk. That's the very short and to the point thing. No, I'm not advocating to drink titty milk. I'm not out of here collecting titty milk and consuming titty milk. Goodness gracious. I don't
You brought up the titty milk. Okay, you the one who brought it up. You said it. You could have just said water. You brought up the titty milk.
Watch this, Adrian. Water.
Okay, there we go.
My bag.
Now, titty milk and Scott was not gonna run with it.
You say
Scott know better.
Scott drink titty milk. He'll drink titty milk.
Hey man, listen, y'all see, I'm sitting this one out, Coach.
You ain't sitting nothing.
Hey, my shoes off. I'm on the end of the bench. My shoes off.
My gosh.
when you look down at the end of the bench, I'm gonna go. I don't know who he looking at. I know he ain't looking. My shoes.
I don't
off.
get it. I don't get it.
I'm done. I'm done with that one, Jack. I don't even know where he was going. When he said, "And the world water supply cut off," I'm like, I don't even know where this is finna go. This is dangerous.
I just clearly explained where I was going, so I don't know what you're talking about right now.
I was saying when it happened though, like in the moment, I had no idea where you. When I heard when the world water supply was cut off.
I explained it. We were talking about what's good for us, and then we mentioned cow, and she mentioned dairy. I said no, like we ain't drinking no baby cow growth hormone. You know what's a human growth hormone? Titty milk. That's why I brought up titty milk. But really, I would drink water if water's available. I'm not, as a grown ass man, have I ever or ever I would be like, no, where's the titty milk at, please? I would never do that. So I don't understand why that was so hard to grasp.
You know, I was watching one of those My Strange Addiction. It was a man on there that was addicted to drinking breast milk, and he would buy it from women. Like he would buy it from them and drink it and consume it. And he would have it in his refrigerator. And I think his girlfriend was like, I didn't know what it was. And I realized it was breast milk. And it's very weird, but I accept him. I'm like, girl, you need to run. Okay. He got problems. He is out here purchasing breast milk from people.
Hey.
Like, what?
Are we judging this?
Yeah, we judging him.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we judging him. That's mental health. That's mental. That's that's people around him. His community not coming around him. Like you need to get help.
What if this? I don't know why this make me sound so.
He was Caucasian.
I didn't say nothing.
Ooh, look at the time. It must be time to go. It must be time.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a beautiful Wednesday. No, man. I'm just thank you, man.
Oh, man.
Hey. It must be time to go. Hey, I don't know what episode this is, but obviously this is the last episode. So thank y'all for coming out and viewing. We got about 37 breast milk references in, along with Shawan going ahead and deciding that we ain't gonna have nothing but one demographic watching this show.
No. That shouldn't run them off. Matter of fact, they'd be like, "Well, can you give us his number? Do you know where he's located?"
Exactly.
So it's not gonna run nobody off. Man.
We welcome all people.
Absolutely. She rendered facts of the circumstance.
Yeah, that's what it. That was it.
She's my weird addiction. You can look this up,
mm-hmm.
and the person on there happened to be. He didn't have any melanin in his skin.
Just amazing.
That's just the case that it is.
On Is It Wednesday Yet? We love all people of all races.
We love everyone.
Of course we do. But what we do want to say,
our co-host slanders. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just kidding.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. I was kidding.
There is no slander on this show.
Just depends on what time you tune in to the show. It's definitely some slandering going on.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of slander.
It's probably Scott slandering Butler.
Because thank you, because that's what he. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know what I've done to hurt him, and offend him. But it'd be heavy and thick. I just don't understand it.
Hey man, listen, man. When you have better performances than people, sometimes you just gotta let them know, like the Packers did the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. And on that note, go Pack, go.
Okay. Hey, y'all did that. Y'all did that.
I got my one in. I just want to make sure I got my one in. That was my one.
But that's like beating up somebody who ain't trying to fight you, man. I ain't trying to fight. I'm like, man, them Packers did that.
Yeah, I mean, we all got to have our one bully episode in life just to make sure that ain't who we want to be.
Man, I'm just like, I'm sitting there looking like,
just like he down. Stop kicking him.
You say, man, what else to do? And they can't none of them say nothing to me, man. Say, bro, if I saw one of the Cowboys, the players out right now, I just look at them, man. I just stop.
You want to go up to them and be like, boo!
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, if I see the Cowboys,
and they probably think, and he'll probably think he can whoop me or whatever. I would slap the. They better stop that.
I need to see a Cowboy. I need to see a Cowboy player out tomorrow. I'm picking up the tab. I'm gonna be like, "Thank you, baby." Yeah, another one. Hey, get him.
Then I'd have to fight one to get him off of Knox, because Knox would be obnoxious to him.
He would be antagonizing.
I was just saying, he'd be just like,
he would definitely
"No, I'm just trying to tell you had a good." I'm like, bro, they do not want to talk to you. They don't want to hear nothing about that game, and they. Oh, you from Wisconsin too? Oh, that just
hey, Butler. Isn't no how's gonna go? He's gonna be like, "Who bought the drinks?" They're gonna be like, "The brother down there at the end of the bar with the Packer jersey on."
Man. Say, man, that a glass broken, the liquor's been spilled, because you know they're gonna chunk it.
Oh man,
like, Lord, oh man, I got what I'm gonna do.
Hey, man,
I'd have to be there looking crazy.
Nah, man, listen, like I said, I wish I could act like I knew that was what was gonna happen, but me and you looked at the TV the same way all the way through it. We couldn't believe what we was watching.
I was like, "Is this for real?" And I really tried to give it to him. I mean, I'm just throwed off, man. I really throwed off. I was really cheering for him this time. I was speaking with the expectation of being womp, 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 womp.
Yeah.
Because I know it doesn't matter what records are, because that's why you have to play the game. So I always respect the game in that way, and everybody. They line up, they all professional, they all get paid. But my expectation was not for them to get, I know a loss is always possible, but to get your whooped, that just wasn't.
It was rough, bro. It was rough. It was rough for sure.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. Like, dang.
Thank y'all for viewing. Please hit the like button. So whatever platform you're on, just hit the like button. Doesn't take a lot of effort, but it means a lot to us, and so we thank you in advance for that. Please subscribe. Set your notifications on so that when is it Wednesday yet comes on, you can be here with us. Go to the BS3 network, check out some of the other shows on there. Make sure you subscribe, like, and we'll see y'all on the next go round next Wednesday. All right, y'all be good.
And it's just all right. They ain't trying to hang out, you know. Got me not. See everybody talking like they doing what we doing, but these brothers is rare and they ain't moving like we moving. And everywhere we go, when we walking, women choose.